And good day to you. I hope things are going well. I had an interesting experience the other day. I was out for a walk on the hill behind my house, and as I often do these days, I stopped for a while for 10 minutes. I timed 10 minutes, and I just connected with the world, looked and listened, and felt the wind on my skin. It's part of a process I'm going through just to help myself slow down and de-anxiety myself and so on. And because it's autumn and I was standing beneath a beautiful wind-gnarled oak tree, I was looking at the leaves as they got uh, pushed around by the wind. And of course, leaves were falling from the tree. I focused on just a single leaf and watched it, wondering if I would see the moment when it fell. And I was focused on that one leaf, and around the peripheries, I would see other leaves falling, but I stayed focused on that one leaf. And you know what? It didn't fall. A lot of other leaves did, but it didn't fall. I did not see the moment at which that leaf made its transition to the next phase of its existence. Then that evening, I was back in the house, and there's quite a strong wind blowing, a gale coming in off the Atlantic. And I was thinking of the oak tree, wondering if my leaf was still there or whether it had given in to the wind. And I was reading a book. I was reading a book about Zen Buddhists in Japan in the 18th and 19th century who meditated in the wild, the relationship between Buddhism and nature. And it described exactly what I was doing. Somebody who stopped in nature as part of a daily practice, particularly in the autumn, and watched a leaf to see if he could ever see one fall from the tree. And apparently, over his whole meditational lifetime, he never actually saw a leaf fall from the tree, not the one he was looking at. It made me laugh. But you see, it also made me wonder about how it is that we make decisions. Sometimes a decision seems to come with a blinding flash, and you go, I know what it is that I have to do. I'm talking the big life decisions, not what shall I have for my lunch. Um, the big life decisions seem to come with a blinding flash. But if something comes ready formed with a blinding flash, that suggests to me that the decision has already somehow been made, and what's coming is not the decision, but the realization that you have made a decision. If you are facing a dissatisfaction in your life, a sense that you want to redirect or reconnect with parts of you that you have ignored, it seems to me that the decision has already been made, but you somehow have not recognized it, almost as if your ego will not allow you to think you have decided, even though your intuition is way ahead of you. It's like I'm looking at the tree waiting for the leaf to fall, but the leaf has already fallen, but I can only see the tree through the eyes that I had yesterday. So I think the leaf is still there. It hasn't, it's fallen. The decision is made. The decision is made in its own time, in the interaction between the tree and the wind, in the interaction between your lived experience and the world that you live in. Decisions happen not when we are looking at them, but in their own sweet time. But that time when a decision happens may not be the time when we recognize that a decision has happened. And it made me think that often when I feel I have to make a decision, that idea that I have to make a decision is in fact the false idea. at least as true, is that I need to become still enough to see if I can notice what decision has already been made within me, at the deeper levels of me, the levels outside the verbal linguistic ego, the bit that goes, I think I should do this. I think that if I do this, then this will happen. I love the ego. We've all got one. But I'm not sure it's where the best, the most important, or certainly the life-changing decisions are made. I suspect those happen at a much deeper place. The leaf falls from the tree when the leaf is ready to fall from the tree, and the circumstances externally, the breeze, the wind, the eddies of air, whatever, interact with what the leaf is ready to do, and so the leaf falls. I suspect all of us change when we are internally prepared and externally enabled to make that change. Enabled as in positively, there are opportunities opening up, or enabled as in more difficult, we simply can't go on in the way that we're going on. The awareness that came from slowing down and observing the world, it's a form of meditation, but it's not really meditation. It's simply sensual connectedness. It's actually the first stage of this free training I've put together. Before you try to make a decision, slow down, connect inward and outward, first outward, then inward for me. If you want to access that training, go to that web link, and it's free training. I'm not trying to sell you anything. It's just some thoughts I've put together. I hope today you can find some time to pause and just connect with the world outside you. And perhaps if you are in a time of transition and change, to see how the world outside you and the world inside you are or are not aligning. Of course, as always, if you think I can help with that, then guiding people through periods of change and transition and decision making, well, that's what I do. Reach out to me and we'll have a chat. Have a great day.